It took 3 months. Hi guys, I'm J Marie and welcome to my channel. Today I have a video all about my breastfeeding journey. I am currently still breastfeeding my son who is 19 months old, and I thought today I'll sit down and discuss our journey thus far. We are currently trying to wean him now, so that's another story. But today I'm just going to focus on our journey we've been going through. I know in the past I've posted my labor and delivery story, and I also posted my IVF journey, so make sure you guys do check those out as well. I'll link those in the cards, and I'll also link it down in the description box below. We have been going 19 months strong, but our journey has not been easy at all. I can say in the beginning it was a struggle because I did have Ty 37 weeks. So he was a preterm baby at 3 weeks early, and because of that he had a little problem with sucking. He didn't quite get that sucking motion down pat, so we had to practice with that as well. My milk didn't come in until about a week after I had him, so I did in the beginning have to supplement him with formula. So we were doing that, and I was still pumping. I did use a pump, and I pumped every 2 hours. Was able to get some of that colostrum. After I had Ty, we tried to put him on the breast, so he did not latch properly. I did have a few lactation nurses come in and help me, which did not work. I remember sitting there crying and would not be able to breastfeed, and I remember the nurse telling me, "Hey girl, you have these huge breasts. Trust me, you will get some milk out of them." And that just stuck with me the whole time. And I kept telling myself, the milk will come, the milk will come. So if you're a new mom who is struggling or pregnant at the moment and you're planning on breastfeeding, just remember that it is not simple as pie for everybody. It's not. And I thought it would be. I thought it would be where he would just latch right on and just go as planned. But just like we all have those plans, how we want our birth to go, how we want the breastfeeding go, how we want parenting go, it is not going to go as planned, and we have to remember that. This is imperfect world. We are imperfect people. Nothing is perfect. So we have to make sure we keep that in our heads that it's not perfect. So once we got home, Ty was not breastfeeding. He was actually formula fed, and he had a struggle with also sucking from a bottle. We had to teach him how to suck from a bottle. He just did not have that sucking motion, and I think it came a lot to do with because he was preterm. Once I got home from the hospital, I just continued to pump, and every day I tried to, get him to latch on. He'll do it for a couple seconds and then he'll let go. That helped as well far as lactation nurses, and they're out there. They'll give you your numbers. You can go in with them and consult with them, and they'll help you, show you different ways and techniques to get your baby to latch. Another thing that's helpful for me was hand expressing, because a lot of women who do have bigger breasts, once they get engorged, sometimes the baby can't really get around the nipple, or everybody's nipple and breasts are so different. I feel like when my breast became very engorged, it was very hard for Ty to get a latch. So a lot of times I had to pump before, or I'll go in and hand express. I feel like hand expressing was the better route for me to get my milk out, especially during that time when I was away from him and I went out of town when he was about 10 months old. The pump just did not work. It stopped working. It was not able to get deep down and get that milk out. So I did take those techniques that I got from lactation nurses, from friends. My milk supply was not high at all, and I tried all those different supplements, and I feel like none of them really worked for me. The only thing I feel like that really worked a lot for me in the beginning was oatmeal. I ate oatmeal every day to help with my milk flow, and I feel like that really helped with my milk production. Try not to stress so much about it. I can go back and I'll go back and tell myself, please do not stress about it. Don't stress about it. If you cannot do it, you cannot do it. It's not the end of the world. Your baby still will be fed. Your baby still will flourish and be the best that they are. Don't worry so much about that. He was doing half and half. We was bottom feeding him formula and also breast milk. And we did that for quite some time. He was not a full breastfed baby until he was 3 months old. It took him 3 months to actually get the breastfeeding technique down pat, where he was latch and doing it on a daily basis. And I'm so happy and proud of myself because I did not give up. I mean, every day I thought about just giving up because I was like, well, he's on formula now. Let me just quit breastfeeding. But I was so determined, and I just wanted to give him something for me. And not only that, formula was very expensive because he was drinking that Augmentum, which was like $30. It was very expensive. So I just did not give up. Every day we would practice. Every day we would practice until he got it. So at 3 months old, he was pretty much breastfed, and he was doing really well. I still had to give him formula because I didn't have enough milk supply for him. So he would drink about 3 bottles of formula and about 3 bottles of breast milk. It was like half and half throughout the day. When Ty was about 4 months old, that's when I went back to work. I did go back to work part-time, so I was working like 3 days after a week. I did not want to pump at work, and I know a lot of women who can't pump at work. Not quite as easy. So what I did was kind of train my body to go hours without pumping. What I did was I pumped early in the morning before I went to work, and then when I got off work, I will pump or I will feed my baby. I did not produce a lot of milk. When I say that, I did not have any stash whatsoever. Everything that I pumped, my baby ate that day. I was not able to store any milk before I went to work. So for all those women who cannot do that, this goes to show you still can breastfeed. You don't have to have these huge stashes. I did not have not one stash of milk saved. Everything that I pumped, my baby drank. You can do that without having a stash, and you can go to work and still breastfeed your baby without any milk stash. I feel like my body did not lose any production from doing that, mainly because I did work only 3 days out the week, so my body kind of gained its own routine. That's the thing, when you're breastfeeding, you just will create your own routine, and your body will just react to that, and it will supply it as needed. I did that routine from Ty was 4 months old until he was 12 months, and then I gave up pumping. I was done with pumping, and I was like, you know what? We're going to try to wean him off. So I started to try to wean him off at 12 months, which did not work out for me, because not only is he breastfed, he's also co-sleeps with us. So throughout the night, he does nurse. Wasn't pressuring it. I know I had went out of town when Ty was about 10 months old, and I was thinking about stop breastfeeding him then, but I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, and I don't think he was ready. And I think that's very important, that you are also ready to stop breastfeeding, not pressure from the world or what people say or what people maybe think, that you and your child are ready to stop breastfeeding. So we are still in it at 19 months, and if you would have told me this right after I had him, I would not believe you. I would be still breastfeeding my son, and I'm just so thankful that I am, and I was able to provide him the milk and the nourishment. And you also have to remember that nobody's story is the same. Nobody's journey is going to be the same as yours or the same as mine. Everybody has a different journey, and what we have to remember to do is we have to share those journeys with everyone. That way people have the chance to take those bits and pieces, and you just go with what works for you. That's what I did. My two sisters breastfeed, both their boys, and I had friends that breastfed. So I had a lot of women who has done it in my life, and I was able to see how their journeys went, and I just incorporated those tips and those little tricks that they gave me into my journey, and I hope that you can also do the same as well. So guys, that pretty much sums up my breastfeeding journey. I hope it was helpful to any of you ladies out there who are expecting, or you are a new mom that is breastfeeding and having a difficult time. Just know that this is what you were created to do. You were created to create and to nourish. Anything scare you from not doing that? Hope I was able to give you some helpful tips and tricks and some type of encouragement on your breastfeeding journey. Guys, leave your comments down below, and also share your journey on breastfeeding. Let me know how things are going for you, or if you are still breastfeeding, or how old your child was when they stopped breastfeeding. Let me know all those things, and let me know what are you guys doing to wean them, like to get them to stop breastfeeding. I know a lot of people say just let them do it on their own, and I'm kind of leaning towards doing that, just letting him decide when he wants to stop. But I don't want him to be 5 years old and I'm still whipping it out for him. So let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe and turn your post notification. That way you're always notified when I do upload a video. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.